I just sip my drink and pose for the photos. Die for my friends, mix liquor with the soda. Low key mobbing, heart grown colder. Live for the moment, die when I'm older.
Of Candy calling Uno and then me taking all her cards.
Memories.
Wow. I didn't know we were gonna start off so disrespectful. I would have never came on this shit.
Well, we're glad you're here.
The fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that Technicolor Rainbow Between. It's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Weekend Herb.
It's your boy Weekend, Mr. Petty.
It's the second first lady.
Here we go. Here we go.
I am the hero, the savior. The giant shoulders here to rescue you all from your nerdy behavior. I am the champion Blerd. I am your mother's favorite workout tool. I am Rick Stroh.
I am not in possession of a 3850 yet. That's what it should be.
Yeah. Make the money for us.
It'll be one of those shows I see. Thank you guys for joining us here on Blerds Whiskey Live. We've got a great show as always lined up for you. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to our various social media platforms. And as always, we're going to start off with our drinks of the week. Shout out to my sweet. She got me a birthday present. She got me a tumbler with my face on it. I'm very impressed about it. I'm drinking a horrible drink. Lemon juice, triple sec, whiskey, and Canada Dry.
Okay, stop.
You led with lemon juice?
Trey, when you lived away from me, when you lived by yourself, you had excuses. All right, we let it go. It's like he doesn't know what he's doing. I am literally down the hall. Ask me to make a drink next time.
Stop yelling, they can hear you.
Not even 30 steps.
He's definitely yelling.
It just doesn't make any sense. He's making terrible drinks and I'm right here.
It's awesome. It's great. So
Yeah.
what are you guys drinking this week?
I
Not that.
have Terramana.
Clearly, because you're not here. Go ahead, Herb.
I have Terramana margarita.
Terramana's good.
Very good. Shitty person, but yeah, very good drink.
So everybody's gonna hate on him now.
Did he owe you money?
I don't
Don't
actually
don't
like
Don't get me. Don't
and
get me
I
started.
love The Rock, but I don't like his tequila.
He had one bad movie and y'all
Don't
already just ready to
One bad movie.
One bad movie?
Okay,
We had
so he made a
multiple
mistake in
bad
DC Universe, and here y'all like anti-rock now. Like, you know what? I don't like the Dwayne
Guys, we
Johnson
have
no more.
company. We
Sorry,
have company. Let's move this on. We have company.
Sorry. I'm just drinking Maker's Mark from the bottle because I was lazy this morning.
Which is why I don't have a tasty beverage. Go ahead, Rita.
I am drinking Poor People Champagne, aka Prosecco.
Okay.
That's what I'm drinking.
Let's
Rick
go
In my
ahead and
Hogwarts
introduce.
Rich Stroh.
Wow.
I don't have any. I had very little alcohol in the house, so I'm drinking gin and ginger ale. But also, I did an edible. So let's see how this goes. The further along we go.
Hey,
Oh man.
my kind of guy.
So in case y'all haven't realized yet, we have a special guest with us.
Special.
Oh yeah, very special. Other people were on their show last time. So I wasn't able to make it on there due to technical difficulties, but we figured we'd do a round two. So now it's she's on our show, and then we're gonna try to continue stuff from there. But allow us to just go ahead and introduce yourself and what you're drinking.
I'm CandiBee Cosplay. I would have loved it more had you said my name. Say my name. But whatever. I have red wine in the bike. I too had a little bit of something before that. So again, we're gonna see how this goes. I'm definitely finishing this bottle as well. I already kind of finished something earlier too, so somebody just does not stand a chance later. Let's just say that.
Oh, shit. Run, nigga, run.
No. You're only gonna make it
Dread
worse
it, run from it. I'm inevitable.
You gonna trip and fall for no reason. Oh, fell.
Oh, no.
My shorts came off too, and just trip and fall.
Oops, I fell over. Oh man. All right.
Let's get into these church announcements. So today is Big Game Sunday. Can't say the word because it's legally we can't say it. Blank blank 57 today. The Chiefs and the Eagles go on and face each other in the big game, and this is the first time we ever had two black starting quarterbacks, but
One and a half.
Semi. One full, one semi who was in denial about his semi. So there you go.
Yeah.
I support
Yeah.
that.
Go ahead.
Jalen Hurts is a black quarterback. Jalen Hurts is a full-on black man. Jalen Hurts is a Q. Jalen Hurts has a black woman as his representative, as all black men should have. And then you got
This Holmes person.
yeah, because people like to, he has a mohawk guy. Nah. Hey Pat, I ain't forgot about your past. Tweets don't die. You can just try and delete them, but they never go away. I know who you are. And then also, I mean, the other, just do some. If y'all really want to know who Patrick Mahomes is, just do a little bit of checking, and you'll find out. That's why I say.
I fuck with his dad though. His father is cool.
His dad is black as fuck. He looked like he's
he's a mechanic. He looked like a mechanic from back down the street. He's the originator of that meme where you just talking with a cigarette just be dangling from the bottom of the lip.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Yes, that's real black.
Y'all know he was a pitcher. He was a pitcher in the Major League Baseball.
Well, yeah.
He pitched for 12 years for the Minnesota Twins and I believe somewhere else.
Wow.
But I mean, but then his son, both of his sons, because Jackson's a little bitch too. I ain't forget about what you did at my local team stadium, you motherfucker. But anyway,
there's a backstory there.
Yeah.
He decided. For those who don't know, he decided to go ahead and do a TikTok dance on Sean Taylor's memorable stage. So yeah, fuck Jackson. Yeah. But moving on about the big game, there's going to be an electrifying halftime show starring Rihanna. I wanted to know what's your expectations, because me personally, I hope that this happens.
It's been 2,190 days.
Dude, Rihanna, we waited
It's
for
been
you.
over 6 years since the 9-time Grammy winner dropped her last album.
Everybody is waiting
where
for
have
it.
you been?
We've been impatiently
Allegedly
waiting for
the last
her
project
with
we got from
Rihanna.
The
fans just
I watch football in years, so and also don't listen to Rihanna's music. Or for what I know of it, what has she done that made it like synonymous with football? Like, is there a reason why we're getting her here? Like,
okay, that has nothing to do with like.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We had Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake. What's football about that?
They don't pick people. They don't pick people.
We're getting more back-to-back black artists ever since Jay's been involved, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm like, go ahead and
Well,
color
people
it
will
out.
color it.
We've had the same mediocre white men do Super Bowl forever. So please give me something else. I don't give a fuck if she's never made a football song. Neither did they. I don't fucking care.
So for me, what my expectation is, I expect it to be off pitch and horrible singing, horrible vocals with no pitch, no tone, no nothing. Like just out here, just free balling the vocals. That's what that's my expectation. But I love Riri. I do.
I mean, when's the last time she's actually performed? Like, I had an actual concert.
6 years, probably 6 years.
The delivery room.
It's right.
Shit.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I'm expecting there to be a lot of other stuff to make her good. But I think that's what she does well. Rihanna is not known as a vocalist. She's not known as a good entertainer in that way. But she obviously has an it factor. A lot of things were working in her favor. And she's just interesting to watch. And she puts a little crack on her songs. They catchy.
They are.
They are, but we don't know her for vocals. That's why she did a little crack. That's why when old boy said she's no Beyonce, I understood what he meant. I didn't feel like he was pitching two black women against each other. It's like when they say Beyonce, I get excited because I'm like, she about to kill these vocals. Background dancer's gonna be everything. Rihanna.
Oh, you was the one who messed up my internet stream last week.
I'm just saying.
in the back, we love Beyonce.
It makes
We love
sense
Beyonce.
But I expect her to look really good because she puts together interesting looks. But there's going to be like 25 million backup dancers and singers because there has to be. And she better not lift shit up. I promise you, I don't want to hear that song.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna hear
Do you
Umbrella
think
over
she's
and over
gonna bring
again.
out people?
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
around.
the rumor is. But
It's
she
the
can bring
Super
out so many people. So it's like, are you going with Drake? Are you going with M? Are you going? I think Drake would
Oh.
kind of be disrespectful to ASAP. So I don't think she's gonna do that.
Would she bring out Chris?
Do you think
If
she
she
would
brings
bring
out
out
Chris,
ASAP?
I said that. Damn, y'all can't hear me?
We
yeah,
can't.
No, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I just wasn't paying attention.
What if she drops a new song with ASAP?
That would be so whack. Ain't nobody here
It
for
would,
that.
as long as-
but I
as long as
don't
it
know.
was-
I just feel it because like ASAP, what is he doing now? Like
No.
He's
he's
on
checking
milking
Rihanna,
Rihanna.
he's milking off of her success.
and
Right?
he
got
ain't
her
got no
pregnant.
check.
He got a baby by her, so I
He
mean,
has a
look,
baby. He put a baby in her.
Have a baby, Bobby,
He
baby.
reversed it. He hit the 50 Cent in reverse though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got
He
it.
doesn't have to do anything else. And Rihanna strikes me as the type of woman where, and this might sound kind of fucked up, it was never going to work with a man that I would consider very masculine. It wasn't going to work with that type of man. I think Rihanna needs a nigga that she feel like she can tell what to do. And ASAP seems very happy being almost like a little house husband.
Yeah, she need a nigga that she can punch in the side of the face and he won't bite her fingers individually in a car. That happened.
Saying.
Move on.
moving on. So, one other thing that we love about the big game is the commercials. But I have to say, over the last few years, they've been pretty dry as fuck, in my opinion.
Bro, it's been like almost it's almost been 2 decades of good
Oh,
having a good
yeah.
commercial.
But
Yeah,
one,
2000 was a long time ago, my friend. I know. It seemed like it was
It is.
yesterday.
Come on, my friend.
fuck, it is.
Yo, it really is.
But what I wanted
And
to
it's
ask,
sad.
I wanted to
We
ask
don't
you,
have to
what
talk
was
about
one of y'all favorite Super Bowl commercials? I know mine. I have to go with Terry Tate, offense linebacker. It was a Reebok commercial. It was. He basically went in like if
Office linebacker.
it was.
I remember that. I had a whole collection of it.
CBS reports you be on your desk by 5 o'clock, bitch.
You know, he's like, "Oh, you
Hi, Tate. Hi, sir. Motherfucker.
And I mean, and the thing about it that was so dope about it, not only was he just fucking people up in the office, but they made a whole series out of it. At one point, they actually had a draft with another office linebacker coming in and shit. It was like fucking hilarious. But on to y'all, what's y'all favorite commercial?
Can I go first? Can I go first? Because I want to
Okay.
Go ahead.
The Budweiser was a commercial used to be my
wow.
favorite.
Classic. That was a classic one.
My
He was
bones kinda creaked
ignorant.
hearing
He was
that.
doing that shit to each other on purpose. So for
That's it.
me, that one goes down in like history as like one of the most ignorant ass, hilarious ass commercials. Like, cause y'all probably forgot all about that motherfucker. Don't act like you didn't.
I said the check engine light on my knees just came on when you said that.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Didn't they do that in a great movie?
Yeah, it did that everywhere. It was like even the Dudley Boys. They
It was
milked
a
that
big
what's up
deal.
thing for like 20 years after that commercial.
Yeah.
Facts.
Since in a Budweiser sense, I had a couple, but for me it was the frogs. Like one was going Bud,
Wise.
and then they realized they just had it was just like something so stupid and so simple. And I'm watching this thing for like 1 minute and 30 seconds of frogs just saying Budweiser, and
We
it was
loved it.
memorable.
Yeah. Was definitely twerking to the frog saying Budweiser. For real.
Remember when the Huckabucks made a whole entire song out of that?
No,
No.
Yes.
No, they did.
No.
They did.
They did.
I don't remember.
I'm about to say we also have somebody here who don't know what go-go is. Go who's doing that?
Right. She has no idea who the hell.
Go ahead, Rick.
I don't fucking have one because I'll be too busy watching the game. I'm actually watching football. So I don't really give a shit about the
But these are
goddamn commercials.
commercials.
I don't give a fuck about them goddamn commercials.
Next caller.
Like you want to interrupt them? Just say that. All right,
What?
hater. Go ahead, Trey.
Herb stole mine, so I should have known he was going to steal it. Because yeah,
How did I steal? I went first.
Oh, Uno reverse. Oh,
everybody went
Actually,
first.
I
Actually.
went first.
Motherfucker.
I
No.
actually went first.
Not the Uno reverse.
Anyway, everybody wants to be spicy today. That's cool.
Me
though. That's cool.
personally, I wouldn't take that shit. I ain't trying to instigate, but I wouldn't take that. That's just me.
Only thing that
Perfect
comes to
square
mind
here, bro.
Says instigatorly.
the only thing that comes to mind now is the what was the thing with the ponies? the Clydesdales.
Yeah.
That was Budweiser
Yeah.
too, I think.
Was that Budweiser too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Budweiser killed it.
What about you, Ken?
I have the attention span of a goldfish, so I don't remember a lot of commercials. I do. It's like it's in and out. But however, those that follow me and know me, my Lord and Savior Britney Spears was in a commercial with freaking Pink.
Oh
and
yeah, I
Young
remember
Thug
that.
And Enrique Iglesias was playing Caesar. It was the most ridiculous Pepsi commercial ever because what I want in my life is to have the type of confidence Britney had singing against Beyonce and Pink. And in the same arena. Because that's what they did. It was the stupidest shit ever. Because they were all supposed, it was like girls get it done, right? Girl power.
Right.
So they were all supposed to come
And they
together.
were all in like gladiator gear.
Yeah,
and
we're
shit.
not fighting each other. We're gonna drink a fucking Pepsi and sing. Is what we're gonna do. Like,
To be changing the world, man.
It was so stupid, but I was here for it because it was like all the girls that were the it girls for the early 2000s getting together. It was stupid.
Y'all remember the E-Trade Baby commercial?
Oh shit!
Shit.
That was a good one too.
Yeah.
Another second runner up for me was the one with the Pepsi guy, the guy who delivered Pepsi, and the guy who was delivering Coke, and they were just sitting at a bar, and they were like, "Nice weather." No, it's like, "Nice song." Great song. And then it's like they started like bonding and getting together, and then like they exchanged baby pictures, like, "Yo, this is my my child." Like, "Oh, this is I got an 8-year-old too." And then it's like he pushed over his can of Coke to the Pepsi guy, and then he took a sip. He's like, "Not bad." And he pushed the Pepsi can over to the Coke guy, and he took a sip. He goes, "Not bad." So he goes, "All right, so give it back." And the Coke guy's holding the Pepsi's like, "No."
Nah.
Like, "Come on, give it back." No. And they started fighting in the bar.
I got one. Okay. So, do y'all remember the He-Man live action commercial for Money? I think it was Money Supermarket. Yeah. I mean, I was a huge He-Man fan, but they had you are the time of my life playing in the background, and Skeletor and He-Man started dancing with each other.
I remember that.
Yes.
Hey, y'all remember when the Patriots came back from down 28-3 to the Falcons and won? Do y'all remember that?
No.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Damn. Fuck
No.
you talking
You mean with them light ass footballs that they was throwing that they never got in trouble for them?
Exactly. Thank you. Shit.
I need a team like that where you can do whatever the fuck you want and still be a winner.
Anyway,
Like,
unshameful plug. I don't care about this big game until my brother is in it. Period. Williams.
I would love to see
that shout out to your brother. You know what? I'm gonna shout out my brother too, who gets out of jail in like 2 weeks.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
But moving on, Trey, you want to tell them what we got going on as far as with some big news for Blerds and Whiskey?
Oh yeah. So in case you haven't been paying attention to our social medias as of late, we have dropped new merch. You can find our stuff located on Etsy at Blerds Whiskey Shop. There's no ampersand, or A-N-D, or N. It's just Blerds Whiskey Shop on Etsy. You can see all our merch. We've got shirts, we've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies, we've got track jackets, we've got Hoochie Daddy shorts, we got all that. So, yeah.
We got playing cards, niggas.
Yo.
Yeah, we got playing
cards. Bomber jackets.
Barbecue aprons.
We got barbecue aprons. And then another thing we also got, we got bomber jackets, so nobody can still.
Do y'all have the Jesus sandals up yet? Because no barbecue is correct unless you have the Jesus sandals.
So real quick, I have to say something on that. What you will never see, as somebody who can grill and barbecue his ass off, what I won't be doing is ever wearing them goddamn sandals or a pair of Monarchs. It's never gonna happen. Listen,
wait a minute.
Either one of us.
What about New Balances?
I'm feeling it right now, and now I'm hungry. So it's like, you always talking about you can cook. What little con is y'all finna be? Y'all finna be at Awesome Con? Like, what are y'all finna be where I can get food? Like, what the fuck?
Well, HNIC's con will probably be at, and last year at HNIC Con.
I'm not gonna be there. Like, where else y'all going?
Well, our family has a.
We're definitely going to BlerdCon.
Yeah,
y'all all in Philly, right?
No,
No,
we're
we're in the
DC.
DMV.
DC.
Sorry, you say, oh, y'all DC.
Well, we're East Coast though.
Everything's around y'all. There's helicons around y'all all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Are we going to BlerdCon?
Yeah, we are.
I'm gonna see y'all at BlerdCon or AwesomeCon or something. I want fucking food. I'll cash app you.
So my question is, what are you doing for the 4th of July?
That is a really good question, and I have to ask my man. Sorry to sound like a weak bitch to the feminists. I have to ask my man what we're doing.
And tell your man
definitely come through too
in December, so y'all can come be international with a nigga. How about that?
What y'all doing?
It's coming soon. Don't worry.
We got it.
Because I got my passport. I'm just saying.
Just come be international with the crew. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh my God. Are we going to do stuff? Am I going to have hood rat fun with my friends? Oh,
you're going to have hood rat fun with your friends. Yes.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. But last but not least, last church announcements. I want to send a shout out to my little man. Miles celebrated his 9th birthday on Thursday. And he's getting big as a fucking. He's growing like shit, like for real. And one thing that I have to say, like as a father, you live for those moments when you bond with your child when it comes to like playing basketball, and you have to flex your muscle to tell them like, hey, son, I really appreciate you learning the game, but I have to go ahead and put my foot down and whoop your ass and something. And last week, he decided he wanted to go ahead and test daddy to Mario Kart 8. And I said, dude, I don't think you want that smoke. He's like, daddy, I want it all. Bring it now. I was like, dude, and I'm sitting there arguing. I bought him a new Switch. And I told him, yeah, you don't want that shit. You don't want that shit. And I'm literally saying this to him verbatim. You don't want this fucking action. I will whoop your ass in front of people. And he's like, I want it all. Let's go. Needless to say,
did you whoop his ass for his birthday? Because that's the present that just keeps on giving.
I beat the holy shit out of
that. I do believe in whooping kids' ass.
Some trauma.
The ass whipping that I put on CPS should have been called on my ass this weekend. But I was like, look.
I love his energy of bring it on, but that's you. It's your kid.
But here's the thing, and I have to give him credit. Even when he was getting his ass whipped, he said, I still want the smoke. I was like, hey.
I love a good shit talking kid.
I'm with it. So, but yes, happy birthday to my little man. I love you, bro.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Miles.
Shout out to second generation Blerds and Whiskey, because he's at the 56 subscribers already with 13 videos. So his YouTube page is pretty popular right now.
Oh my gosh, he has his own little YouTube page. I'm gonna go subscribe. That's so cute.
He's already gotten more views than his dad so far.
Okay. No, them kids be honest. They create with bad views.
So he's all like, yeah, man. He's like, he wants that smoke. He wants that content creating smoke.
He might have lost that video. He might have lost in that video. He's whooping your ass.
He was like, I'm winning the war, Dad. Good luck.
I'm using Blerds and Whiskey and Herb's Blerds. Fuck all that shit.
Hey, listen. Sometimes
we good. You stay over there with us.
You can keep Herb's Blerds.
Sometimes shit talking kids ain't the best, because sometimes you come up against somebody that's ignorant and won't turn it off, and then next thing you know, you got to go back into school because Mr. Williams ran and hit you full speed because you was talking shit in football. And I had, sometimes kids cry, and sometimes it may be my fault.
Hey yo, your edible was kicking in. Go take a nap.
Listen, when I say I put that little motherfucker down, I put him down.
Rick looked at his ass and said, put a little dirt on it. You be all right.
He said, big bet.
Hey, don't we have a show?
To keep it fair, right? Herb, I pulled your card last week. This week, Rick, your Asian is really kicking in. Do you see them apples?
I don't.
Of the week.
So one thing that you forgot to mention for the church announcement, Herb, and I'm surprised I have to be the one to point it out. Fast and Furious.
Speaking of Super Bowl and commercials, here we go.
You're not supposed to say that.
Let's go. Sorry. Speaking of big games and whatever, we'll redact it. Let's go ahead and discuss a little bit of the Fast and Furious here going on. X. I actually personally, my goal before this movie comes out is I want to take all the scenes and best scenes, like the trailers, and then turn into a Power Rangers theme song, AMV. That's what I'm gonna do.
one could ever take them down.
I like that idea.
Listen,
I like that.
I am so excited for Fast 10. I'm so excited. Like looking at the trailer.
Can you
Jason
say
Momoa-
with your eyes open?
Hey,
Shut
after you
up.
called out the Asian thing, I can't unsee it, bro.
During character of the week, I'm going to the truck and I'm getting my sunglasses. Jason Momoa is showing up in all of his Samoan, just no neckery and just doing what he does. Like I can't wait for this movie. Listen, I can't wait for this movie. But also, so it came out that Vin Diesel wants another superhero famous actor to join Fast 11. He wants Robert Downey Jr. to play the antithesis to Dominique Toretto in Fast 11. So I hope this happens. I am just excited. I love everything Fast and Furious. Just keep it coming. For 70 more years. 70 more years, Fast and Furious.
70
It
more
could be
years.
the actual comic.
70 more years.
Drunk. He's gonna be a drunk.
I'm gonna say
You're
I'm mad that we were
fucking
talking.
right.
We were talking about this earlier. I'm sitting here like he's like, yeah, man. Like, I can't believe how fast the kid's growing. That's just so crazy. I'm like, wait, we're still talking to Han, and you're drawing a line at the kid growing up.
Yeah, that's
really fast.
Allegedly, how old is the kid supposed to be?
I don't know because
3.
2 movies
The
ago,
movie
he was
came
a
out
baby.
2 years ago.
He was like 3, 2 years ago. So
Right,
Yeah, look,
he was
first of all-
3 and 9.
Hey, y'all notice how the kid, like, this is how messed up the Toretto timeline is. I mean, bloodline is, because that kid look like Bruno Mars. Like, I don't understand anything of this thing at all.
Johnita, you shut up. Johnita, you shut your mouth.
Bruno Mars.
Oh my God, Tony Stark makes a car that takes him to Wakanda. I will end this.
Yo, who's more about family than Wakandans?
Hey.
Oh,
Listen,
shit.
while y'all bullshitting around, the way their family is set up, Killmonger might have been a goddamn Toretto.
Shut the fuck up. If Michael, God damn it, shut up.
Because
Next
look,
time, I'm sorry,
What
Will,
else is
shut
he
up.
doing? What else is he doing?
here's the fucked up connection, right? The Torettos are from Los Angeles. Killmonger's from Oakland. People in Los Angeles got
Not
cousins in
him.
Oakland all the time.
What does this remind me
And
of?
we
Old
know
Boy
this.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The chart behind them. If you see here,
They do it every chance they get. Every time there's a fucking fast movie, they break out the fucking chart for this shit and they start coagulating all my fandoms. Fuck Fast and the Furious.
Candy.
When they were in space.
Our
family.
Yo, you forgot. No, Rick.
Various members that passed away. Are they also on the ancestral plane with
Yeah, they
Killmonger?
drag racing in the
Absolutely.
ancestral
What are you
plane.
talking about? Have you seen Paul Walker? Absolutely. What are we
Oh,
talking about?
What in Fast and Furious world? He's still alive. They haven't killed him off of
Listen, he did.
He showed up at the barbecue like right as the credits rolled. So I mean, yeah,
Pretty much. Not the barbecue.
You saw the back of his head and the shoulder.
Wow.
Y'all need to shut the fuck up.
Damn it! I did say that. Shit.
Off the chain. Nigga, did you switch what was underneath your head? I'm having a Ray J moment because the shit just changed it.
he flipped it inside out. Now it's angry.
Definitely what he
Yeah,
That was
because
like
he's mad
That's
because he's
how
mad
Cupid?
at. No, it shows his emotion. He flips it inside out. So now he's all mad because
Oh,
when
that's adorable. To
yeah,
be
when the
like,
Fast and the
this is what
Furious
I
were in
am
space,
now.
they ran to Galactus, and so now Taj is technically Earth's herald. Galactus' herald.
So you're getting complimented, so you should flip it back to the other side because
I will when I feel like it.
Because
When I feel better, I'll-
Tyrese was in Morbius, so there is a connection.
Tyrese tried to.
Tyrese take the check no matter
What more do you want from me?
Godzilla is a
The check
Toretto.
wasn't
Have y'all seen
Tyrese?
these
I know
numbers?
this is different universe, but wasn't Tyrese trying to be a Green Lantern too?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. He was supposed
Yeah,
to
then
be
he had
John
a mental
Stewart.
breakdown.
And that's how he ended up becoming a Talakanian, because he ended up he tried to fly into space. He just got a random green ring and tried to fly into space, fell into the water, fell down to Talakon, and that's where that's where Brian O'Connor found him and made him his friend, and now he's connected to Dominique Toretto. It all works. It all works.
Hammer, drop the hammer. Boom. We just made the greatest fan fiction ever. Fan fiction and Furious.
Somebody
Where's
can
my
animate this shit.
Where's my
Somebody's gonna
Leviathan
animate.
at?
Oh, I must say, don't get it started. How Black Adam was actually how the Rock's character was Black Adam the whole time. That's how he survived the fall. That's why he flexed out of this cast.
No,
That's how I was able to
In the
hold
side
it.
stories, nobody gets that right.
I'm buying into that. Because Ryan Reynolds has been Deadpool his whole career, so why not?
This is true. It's
the same
starting
thing.
to make sense.
His
And
whole
that's how-
fucking career.
And
It's
that's how
coming
he
together now.
he
It's
showed up in
coming.
Hobbs and Shaw to get Black Adam to work for him.
So
I'm
what
buying
is
into this.
Shaw's character then? Because he's the only person who doesn't have a character right now. What's his?
So Jason Statham, he fucked himself out of becoming Bullseye by talking shit. So he doesn't have an MCU character yet.
Damn.
Damn, he would have
I
been
would be
perfect. He
sick
would have been
if I
fucking
cost
perfect.
myself an MCU thing. I'd be fucking sick. Them checks
Okay,
are
so
no-
who's Letty then? Who's Letty's character?
Elektra?
Wiccan.
I'll go with Elektra.
I can
I
go
don't
with
like
Electra.
neither one of those.
Now you sound like me.
I don't like that.
I'm gonna have to
Nobody-
think about
To be
that.
honest,
We'll,
I'm not
we'll
even a
pass.
fan of
We gotta
Elektra.
come back.
He died and come back to life, so I mean,
I mean, again, that's the least unbelievable thing that's happening is people come back
He's
from the dead.
not wrong. If we're thinking about this,
Hold on.
he's not
they
wrong.
bring back from the dead because she came back from the dead.
Bat-
Han came back from the dead.
Hey, we needed Han though. That was
Got
a
it.
moment.
Batman
Okay,
Returns.
that was a cultural reset. We
Catwoman.
needed that.
Catwoman. Because she came back in Batman Forever.
We're
'cause
not gonna disrespect Selena Kyle like that. Keep it moving.
I mean, she
No,
got
Herb.
You can't do DC
Herb.
and
And then
Herb.
Wonder Woman,
We're not
she should
linking
be able to
those
come
three
back too
universes.
because
Herb-
she had her own film. So
Nah, see, Herb saying things like that.
resurrection, when is that coming?
On to the next one. I love your cup. Oh my gosh, love the cup.
Thank you.
That's a nice
But
cup.
she
What size
should
is
be in
that?
jail though. She should be in jail for taking somebody's goodies without their consent.
You talking about Wonder
Fuck.
Woman?
Jacob is Peacemaker. I just thought about that. God damn it.
Hmm,
God
could
damn,
work.
I hate you all so much. I hate you all so much for just
So
fucking with my fandom every week.
speaking of DC, today's character week hails from the DC universe. Actually, he's from the DCAU universe. We're gonna go ahead and roll our character week footage. So continue our train of Black history. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
Thank you for getting us off of this train that we were.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the character of the week. Happy Black History Month from Blerds and Whiskey. Today's character week is Lex Luthor. Not that one. This one. Now I know what you're thinking, like, yo, he's Caucasian. Like, he's like, no, hear me out. In the DCAU, look at the lips. He's a little bit tanner. He's a little bit darker than most. At the most, he's mulatto. I mean, he's fit, he's tan, he has the lips, he's bald head, he's got that whole like 90s cool bald black man look. He's pretty much the DCAU's animated mulatto Morris Chestnut. Debuting in the Superman the Anime series in 1996, he's been voiced by Clancy Brown. Just throwing that out there, the last name is Brown. Full name, Lexington Luthorian. No, that's not his real name. Lex Luthor, that's why I call him Luthor with an A. Lex Luthor has done things in the series that regular comic book counterpart has done, except for, he's black and a successful black businessman. We discovered kryptonite around like early episodes, like episode 5, it was part of his own museum and science discovery. So instead of, finding out any outward worldly things he could do to change humanity, he decides to use this because he saw Superman pass out and faint in front of a rock. From doing things like using kryptonite to creating metallo, convincing Corbin to take his own body and put it into a metallic fake body. He created clones of Superman, so therefore he created Bizarro. That's my guy's obsessed with Superman. He made deals with the Joker and lived. And let's not forget, he was on Demon Time when he was doing JLA and JLU. Found Amazo and took his childlike naivety and made him into almost defeated the Justice League until he became too smart for his own good. He has teamed up with Brainiac and actually became half Brainiac himself. He was the catalyst of the Justice Lords in another dimension or alternate timeline where Superman was forced to kill and then became a sovereign ruler, all because he killed the Flash. Speaking of Flash, he got switched with minds with the Flash, which is actually kind of funny because Michael Rosenbaum was the voice of the Flash in the cartoon, who's also played Lex Luthor in the Smallville TV show on WB. So that was always kind of a little funny homage there. Gave us the greatest scene ever in comic book history, where in the body of Flash, Lex Luthor took his mask off and he goes, "Now I can see who his true identity is." And he's just looking at some guy with red hair, and he's just like, I have no idea who this guy is. And on the flip side, Flash gave us a better scene where Lex Luthor in the Flash and Lex Luthor's body walked out of the bathroom, and he was like,
"What? You gonna wash your hands?" "No, 'cause I'm evil."
Made deals with Amanda Waller, tricked Superman into showing his true nature and made him almost public enemy, had the public distrust the superheroes because of him, and Shazam had a good little battle going on, all because Lex Luthor tricked him into thinking like, hey, this new source of power is not a weapon at all. Totally, you can trust me. Almost became president in Justice League. The man has done a lot in the animated TV series and the movie, so yes. Shout out to a proud black businessman just trying to make a living, smart, come from, pull bootstraps and everything. So shout out to you, Lex Luthor, with the A. Back to you guys.
Like, share, subscribe.
And it's just like, look at the fucking nerd, and then I proceed to choke all of them out.
Yeah, but not all nerds wear pocket protectors. Like there's variations. Like I feel like Blerds are nerds with swagger.
Yes, some of them.
Yeah, some of them, but
the early '90s. We're back. We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
We know we back. Keep the conversation going. God damn it. Anyway,
Candid combos with CandiBee on Blerds and Whiskey. Ooh, bars. What? I told y'all I was the ghostwriter for somebody I know. Y'all saw it. Like I rip and I rhyme and I rhyme and I rip. Like, what are we talking about? We didn't get a chance to get like that.
Because you spit hot fire. I know that's
I spit hot fire. It's crazy. Somebody asked earlier if this came from Hellspawn. Yes, very much. I got this in the black and the purple, that purple stuff. So go and support nothing but big things with the people that I care about in this community. Speaking of people I care about in this community, when I do Candid Convos, I try to ask questions that people I find interesting in our little atmosphere have not been asked before. So we were all up in your business, jalapeno business before, but we missed, I believe, just y'all too. I still have questions that you guys can answer, of course, as well. But the first question I ask everybody is, what is their favorite 90s cartoon and why?
Who's going first?
I'll go first because one just popped in my mind right now. Mighty Max. It was a short-lived one-season episodic thing. Somehow they turned the boy version of Polly Pocket as a toy into a compelling cross-country adventure with mysticism and a Viking that was like semi-immortal and an owl and a kid who's voiced by Raphael. A fowl. You're right. He's like, it's a chicken. I am a fowl, actually.
Tim Curry was the voice of the bad guy, right?
That's really crazy. You even remember
Tim
that
Curry.
shit.
Tim Curry was the voice of the bad guy. The same guy who did the voice of Two-Face was the voice of Norman, who was the immortal Viking, and the guy who played Raphael from the Ninja Turtles and Yakko from Animaniacs was also the voice of Max. So yes,
You better cite those sources.
So I'm not citing no sources. Fuck all that.
Come on, lazy.
My favorite cartoon was Bobby's World. Bobby's was bad as shit, but he had a big wheel and he would just wreak havoc on everything and everybody. And he was the reason why I wanted a big wheel when I was little. So I'm gonna have to go with Bobby's World. I never got a big wheel. So Mom,
there's still
rest in peace, there's in heaven, but you owe me a big wheel when I get up there with you.
Yes, you owe me. I love the thought of you in heaven saying, "Run that big wheel."
Run me my big wheel on the cloud.
He's like, open the gates, hurry up, I got that big wheel coming.
And I think Bobby's World was in that time slot with Life with Louie and a lot of other gems. So the Tick, like that was a really good time slot. So
Another
question I like to ask, and I don't.
Hi, Uncle Javi.
I don't necessarily remember if I asked you guys this. You can answer if you don't remember.
Uncle, how we laugh?
He's Toya Toya, so you have to forgive him. So I don't remember if I asked him this, but they can answer if they want to. He's a fool for laughing. What is the most difficult thing about being friends with you?
With who? Me? Like your individual?
No, the people behind you.
That's for y'all two. That's for you and Cam.
I think the most
That
difficult.
I'm always right.
Woo-hoo! Well, goddamn.
And now you see, why it's difficult. I would say the most difficult thing about being friends with me is that I'm definitely very much do as I say, not as I do type of when it comes to advice. So a lot of times I will help everyone else, and when it comes to me and needing this help, and they'll be saying the same thing that I'll say, but I'll be like, yeah, fuck all that though. It's not gonna work for me. Or I'm very slow to receive that same advice that I've given out to other people, which does make sense in the back of my mind. Like, they're right. I just not used to being on this side of help. So that's something that I'm recently has started learning, and like to do as I say, not as I do. So it's like I have to listen to my own advice that I've given out and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say that's the most difficult thing for me right now.
Interesting. So let's like lean into that Oprah style a little bit. In what ways are you neglecting parts of yourself that you may nourish in other people?
He said Oprah style.
Well, so I've come to realize that.
All right,
Well, no, so I've learned a lot of things about myself in the past few months. A lot of traumas that I've used coping mechanisms to survive, and my survival has been almost my default personality for years. So I'm learning a lot of the wounds that I have, especially when it comes to something like receiving help or receiving compliments or possibly thinking good about myself. I realize why I'm such a loving and giving person to a lot of my friends is because I know what it's like to not feel love. So a lot of times I've recently said, someone just told me, if you just take like a third of that love you give out to other people and then turn it towards yourself, you'll feel it'll help you out a lot more. And you're saying you just love yourself a little bit more than how you're loving how you love everyone else, and you'll start feeling better. So that's something I've been trying to work with.
Live on air. I'm gonna give you a hug.
I love seeing black men hug in slow motion with
okay. I want to see.
He's really about to do this.
Make sure the camera is on.
He's really about to do this right now, huh?
Oh my god! Yay! Oh my god! I love you, man.
Give me a lot.
Would rather him hug you than cry, so that works.
That is so cute.
He's like, soon as he disappeared out the screen, I'm like, oh god, he's really gonna do this, huh?
I love that. Accept that hug. Just accept it.
I did. That was me accepting it, by the way.
We appreciate that. We'll work on that when we upload this to OnlyFans. We'll work on the way you accept.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hey, y'all consented to this. You shouldn't have dressed that way if you didn't want it. Anyway. The slut in the hoodie.
Ma'am.
So same question for you, my goddess. In what ways do you neglect yourself that you may nourish others?
I don't know how to shut down. I don't know how to prioritize myself. I'm always like, I'm a mom. Like, even since I was like 5 years old, my mom was like 14 when she had me. So I've been my mom's like ride or die from beginning, like, 4 years old, ready to fight people. They was talking about my mama. So for me, I've always prioritized the people that I love. And I know sometimes like it would come off of like me being aggressive or me being angry or me being this, that, and the third. But I don't love a whole lot of people. And I don't care about a whole lot of people. So if you're doing anything to cause harm for those people, I'm ready. I'm nucky and bucky and ready to fight. But when it comes to myself, I would always be like, no. It's okay. calm down. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. Blah, 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 blah. So I don't allow people to love me the way that I love them. And that's just a fact.
Is that a space you're still actively in right now? Or is that something you're in like therapy for, if you believe in that?
So I definitely believe in therapy. I have a degree in psychology, so I for sure believe in therapy. But it's a space that I do find myself kind of teetering in and out of. And I think it's brought on by certain like stressors, right? So like as we can see, like I've lost my mother, so that's a stressing point for me. So when we get around like Mother's Day, her birthday, stuff like that, it'd be a weird time for me. But because I'm also a mother, I'm super protective of my cub because that's my cub, and what you're not about to do is try me when it comes to my cub, right? So I find myself kind of in and out of those situations, but I have done a lot of work with myself to basically kind of express it differently. Like, you can still love hard, you can still go hard for the people that you care about, but it's all in how you express it, and so that it's received different now, because I definitely have a more mindful train of thought when it comes to those things. Like at first it came out as aggression, and I think now it kind of comes out more so like passion. And I think that people recognize the passion for what it is versus aggression now.
That's really nice to hear. And that's, I think, a rough place to be in. And any of you can answer this, because I almost feel like every other Black person, if not every Black person I've ever talked to about this, feels like there was a time in their lives, and maybe still a time in their lives where they're there right now, where you have to be in charge and on top of shit. You don't have time to be weak or falter, because if you do, everything else underneath you crumbles. So I wonder sometimes, for those moments where those of us that are used to being in charge in that way, because I felt that way after my first divorce, where I was like, I got to be on my shit because I got a whole ass kid I didn't get to take care of since my ex-husband decided to say deuces. So it's like, I can't be what I would perceive as weak. Being raised by two Marines didn't help that shit at all. So for the time, yeah, exactly. I was like, damn, daddy, you couldn't have got with another bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, my mom is Claire Huxtable on steroids. It's so much. But
you just want to have big fun.
Give me 20.
Yeah, just the big fun. So like when I was joking with them earlier off camera, for those that are listening, I'm thinking I'm being feminine. I'm like, yeah, nigga, like what the fuck is up? Don't you want this pussy? Like, what's up? And that's not feminine. Like that's not really got a nigga I get a trick. But my question is going to be, as I segue into this, is there a certain fear attached to being soft, being more just open, vulnerable, sensitive? I know like the societal things that are set up against us that make it feel like you can't be that way or else you're this. But in your own personal lives, like how do you feel about getting to that point? Do you see any strength in vulnerability and being sensitive and being open? Or is that an area where you're like, I'm just not there yet?
So, can I go first?
Say that.
Yeah, anybody can go.
Go ahead, Rick.
Sorry, go ahead. But no, I'm a sensitive thug. Like I will fight you but cry with you at the same time.
Right.
Trying on being more, like feminine and whatnot. Like I got on earrings today, so that's something.
I almost put on my earrings too, like feminine.
I try to get my nails done, but in reality, I'm a thug in a dress.
Your words, not mine.
Well, wait a minute. Before I have the fellas answer, have you ever felt, or before I have the guys answer, have you ever felt, or do you feel like maybe around the right man? I don't know what you're into, if you're into men.
I'm definitely into men. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
To
But
answer
if you're
your
into
question,
the right man, you'll kind of be like, oh,
yes,
okay.
I think it has to be the right guy, right? Like I have to trust that you can protect me, that you can stand up for me, that you can lead the household. I think like once I find that, I'll soften some. But until then,
I ain't gonna hold you. From my own experience, I'll project a little bit. You gonna try him, and then the first time he lets you know I am the one or the two,
I definitely am.
You be like, "Ooh, yes, sir. Sorry."
Put me in my place, okay?
Heavy on that. Respectfully, put me in my place. Don't like Ike Turner, Chris Brown me, but respectfully put me in my place. That's all. Respectfully. So for the men, do you feel what would make you feel comfortable about being in that space? Like, what would you need to be in a space where you're like, I can chill and I can be multifaceted in that way. I don't have to be the big man on campus. I don't have to have everything together. I can take a moment and say, I don't know what the fuck to do, or I feel like crying, or I feel like screaming.
But see, that's the thing. I'm a cry, but I'm gonna also make my plan while I'm crying.
You asking the men, Sharita?
I definitely ask the men.
You right.
Damn.
Come on, black women not knowing to shut the fuck up. I know that's right.
Look, I'm sorry. I had to say it. All right. Cam has famously started calling me a raw nerve, which is the truest definition of who I am. I am a very emotional
actually say
person.
human raw nerve, but go ahead.
Whatever. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and I started doing that because for the longest time I would just inside I'm turned into a little ball, and I wouldn't want to let anything go, and I would hold everything in until I have explosive moments of anger, and I learned to fucking not do that shit. So that's how I manage to make it day by day. Is I don't wear that shit inside. I wear that shit outside. I gotta show you how I'm feeling. If I like it, I like it. If I hate it, I hate it. If I love you, I fucking love you. And that's how I care. That's how I go through my life. That's how I'm able to make it day by day. But that's just me. Now y'all can go.
I love that.
Rick?
So for the longest time, I was very closed off. I was very, very, very closed off. Like to the point to where people in my family were just like, "That nigga don't have no emotions." Like it's just all the same. And then I found myself. I grew to a place where I wanted to not be, what I am is the big cinder block all the time, and I wanted to, have somebody that I could. So the basis of it is I need trust. I need trust, and I need to know that you're not going to be like everybody else and take a swing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But and if I can just disclose fully here, which I can't, because it's our show.
It's what it's Candid Convos featuring Blerds and Whiskey. So yeah.
So to be in all honest with you, I find myself fighting off closing off again. Like, because the hardest part is when you keep opening yourself up and you keep putting yourself out there, and it's not accepted, it's not cherished or cared for, and it's just like, well, then I should just go back to the way I was. And honestly, I mean, I'm fighting that nature every day. That's a battle that I constantly fight against. It's just
quick question while you're talking. Are you competitive?
Yeah. I'm competitive as fuck.
Yeah, because I felt that when we were playing Uno, for those that are listening. Bullshit. And I, again, raised by two Marines, I don't play games just for fun. I play to win and talk that shit. So, a piece of advice that you didn't ask for, but I'm going to give as a competitive person to another person I respect as another competitor. That's how situations and other people win when you go back in instead of being out. It's a matter of however you find yourself in this place. Because I had to go to counseling and different therapists. I found different ways to do this shit. But finding a way to know that no matter what, y'all can't get me like you think you can. Because I've already made it past 100% of the bad days where I wanted to kill myself, or I wanted to kill somebody else. I've already made it past that shit. You can't get me. I'm her. I'm Hercules, my guy. Like, you can't fuck with me in that way. So when you are super competitive, how other people in situations win is by you doing the reverse of what you're already trying to get to. Right. So that's how I tricked myself into being like, I'm not going to let this situation, this job, my ex, whatever the situation may be, win, because y'all not really fucking with me. Even when I'm at my lowest of lows, you hoes could never. And that's just the mindset that I have to keep going.
And I understand that, and that's why I say this. That's why I say I haven't reverted. It's like a battle with myself at this point. It's a competition with myself of which one is going to win. and the open vulnerable side is winning. But at the same time, you know what I mean. I'm still aware of what is going on internally and what is happening with
And I
myself.
love that you even shared that much because some people may not acknowledge the fact that that's still there. I find it in myself still coming up sometimes, but I love that you even mention that because a lot of people like to come off like they're super strong and together all the time, and it's like no, I still have those super low moments where I don't feel like a bad bitch. A bitch is just doing bad. So I can appreciate you opening up about that for sure.
Herb,
Who's next? Go, go, go.
Herb. I say
I-
hurry before Rita talks.
What I heard was black women talk too much. That's what I heard.
No, we not
Of
doing
course
that
it would
here.
come from a semi-light skin. Of course it would come.
Majority of the talking all the time, and then as soon as I want to say something, it's all it is. Like,
um,
My sister, don't let them hold you down.
I have to say, as far as with me, I, I usually keep my emotions checked, mainly because I don't know what I'm capable of. I genuinely don't because I always think of like the repercussions of it. So even when I'm being vulnerable, it's just like there's no use of me just going lashing out because Herb, you've never been in that dark place before, and I'm afraid of it. I'm not saying like it's a threat or anything like that. I just genuinely don't know what I'm capable of, and that's the scary part. So for me, I don't mind showing my emotions to my family, my friends. Like, I don't consider Blerds and Whiskey friends. They're my family. If I need to go ahead and say something to them, I say it to them. If I don't feel like, hey, I'm not ready to say it, I know I have them in my back pocket to where I could go ahead and say, hey, Rita, I need to talk to you real quick. Rick, I need to talk. Cam, Trey, I need to talk to y'all real quick. I can go ahead and do that. But what I am scared of is going outside to my circle and telling people how I really feel because I don't know what I'm capable of with the judgment that I may go ahead and say. I know I could go. I know what I'm going to get with everybody here. I don't know is what I'm going to get outside of my circle. And am I going to lash out? Am I going to accept what they say? Am I going to go ahead and just say, okay, you had a point? Nah, nigga, fuck you. I genuinely don't know. So I usually keep my emotions outside of my circle at bay. But when it's like my family, my circle, I'll go ahead and spill my guts and tell them what I feel.
At least you have an outlet because as you guys grow and get bigger, you know there's going to be trolls. You know there's going to be people that take a clip of what you say out of context and then just decide you're that guy, you're that girl. And I think having a healthy dose of I don't give a fuck because you're sitting judging me and hell. Like I joked about it with everybody before we started recording, but I don't agree with what everything the family's done. The Kardashians have it right in the sense of if they were worried about what everybody said and thought about them, they wouldn't be half fucking billionaires. You really have to not give a fuck about what anybody else has to say about you because people can't wait. People that are truly unhappy and unwell mentally cannot wait to tell you how you should be, how you should process, where you should be, what you should say, how you should dress. You're not full within yourself. When I'm being the best me, I don't give a fuck what anybody else has going on. I really don't. The only thing I have in me is the capacity to say, keep going, do you. I'm proud of you. What do you need? How can I help? If it's not coming from that space, who the fuck are you even? Like, thanks for commenting and watching. You're adding to what I'm doing, I guess. But getting more of that, I don't give a fuck about you in a healthy way is the best thing I think for anybody. So it's nice that you at least have an outlet when you know you need it to be the real you. Because also the flip side of that is everybody does not get the privilege of having the real CandiBee. Like that's not for everybody. Like knowing who to give that to and who not, because some people can't wait to see you have a weak ass moment so they can try to use it against you. And then to me at that point, I gotta beat your ass. Like I just feel like at that point we have to fisticuffs because you're not gonna understand anything else but a mink mink. So that's just how I get down. But if you notice nowadays, I don't know if it's because of the internet, but or I know a lot of us were born maybe late 70s or 80s or whatever, but 90s kids don't nobody want to fight no more. Ain't nobody about fight no more. And I remember a day you could fight and just be like, all right. And then that was it. They don't want to do that anymore. And I'm like, if you feel the way, if you beat my ass, you win.
Yep.
So
If you
before
can't beat my
Cam
ass,
goes
there's
and
nothing to
before
talk
Cam
about.
tries to come for me, I'm gonna give one nugget that I gave to Herb literally yesterday. The people that you care about, if you're upset, they deserve honesty, right?
Mhm.
But you don't deliver that honesty as if they are your enemy. And
Mm.
that is the difference, like between being honest with somebody that you care about and being honest with somebody that you could give less than a fuck about, like their feelings, right? The people that you care about, they deserve the honesty beyond a shadow of a doubt, but do not cause harm when you are delivering that honesty. And that's the respect factor that those people deserve, because those are the people that are there for you no matter what. So how dare you try to cause harm and delivery of the honesty? Now, if the honesty still somehow, gets them in a way where it's like, ooh, that was harsh, but you can say, but my delivery was soft. So you always have to deliver it softly, because people are going to interpret it however they want to interpret it.
Right.
But as long as your delivery is soft and you are keeping those people's feelings and emotions in mind when you're delivering that honesty, then you can walk away saying, look, I did what I could do, right? And people are in charge of their own emotions after that. The only person you can control is yourself.
And I think when you're surrounded, well, I truly believe when you're surrounded by the right people, even when you're not your best self and you deliver something, they have enough compassion and grace to be like, I did want to steal on you, but I didn't because I knew something else was going on here. But had I not known, I would have had to beat your motherfucking ass because you was on one. But because I have that compassion and that space for you, which is something I had to learn to create, because my therapist let me know you're very black and white, you don't have gray. I was like, ain't no gray, bitch. But there is a gray area.
Did you
And
just get your
allowing people to
therapist?
be human is where the gray area is. Now I'm not in love with the gray area yet, but I'm in like with the
Gray area is necessary, because that gray area sometimes is the breaking point between, are we going to be friends after this or are we not? Right?
Absolutely. And I feel
So
like
the
if you
gray
want to
area
have a
is necessary.
conversation, you want, like, if I want to talk to you about something, I obviously want it to be fixed. If I don't say shit, as much as I know I run my motherfucking mouth, if I don't say shit, I really don't fuck with you. I'm around anybody, they like, yeah, CandiBee was quiet. I don't fucking like you. I may not even have a reason. Maybe my ancestors just let me know energetically you ain't to be fucked with. And I don't say
You
nothing
are
around you.
not the
I'm
one
like,
on
nah,
the
I'm
two.
good.
Right.
Or you could just be a little too light skinned for me. I know that's a trigger for me. I know. Blame my ex-husband. It's a trigger for me. I'm like, you're a little too light. And I feel like,
Little bit of colorism there. That's cool.
a lot of middle color, which is funny because my son is the same complexion as my ex-husband, and I love to fuck with him on that because I'm just like, you know what they say that all the mamas say, looking like your damn daddy, which is hilarious to even say because it's like,
right there.
well, who
That
else
right
would
there.
he look like? That's who you're
He
procreating
already
with.
got a 10 because
Tell my mama that.
he's real light bright right now.
It is the most toxic
It's the light. It's the
shit
lighting. It's the
ever.
lighting affecting the filter. Don't worry. No, I'm not really
Not
that
it's
skin.
the lighting effect on the filter.
No. So there was something that Rita was saying about honesty, and it was a quote that I heard yesterday. Like, honesty without kindness is just mean, and kindness without honesty is still a lie. So keep that in mind too, because it's also delivery and how you say things and what you say and how you not say things.
Bar right there, like seriously.
Come on,
I,
brother,
I,
long locks.
I guess for me, sharing emotions and stuff like that, it's a defense thing I've learned. I used to think that I was an empath, or like, because I was able to read and feel people's emotions before, or I could always pick up on stuff. Upon finding out that's more of a defense thing, because of I have to learn how to read the room so I can act accordingly. Grow up in a certain household where it's like, that we don't really talk about stuff, but you can feel stuff, and if you don't feel right, is this my fault? So stuff like that has always been a trigger for me. So what I think will be like, oh, I'm just able to feel people's emotions and read the room and act accordingly and it turns out it's just a defense mechanism. I still like it, I still use it, but it's still like it's because I'm just so used to like what's going on in here. No one's saying anything, so I have to figure this thing out or fix it. And fixing things is also another issue that I've learned to try to deal with because not everything can be fixed, or I'm not supposed to fix everything.
Listen, when you are truly a person that cares about people, you have to learn. And I've become softer to men because of my son coming into his teens. Whereas before, because of one man, I was just like, all you niggas is the ops. Like, I can't trust none of y'all, right? But then when my son came into his teens, having a real ass talk and being like, okay, some women are queens, other are bitches, crazy bitches. And I don't need you being attracted to that.
You said it.
And being able to come from that. And I kind of feel like you're that person where it's like, I don't want my son to be somebody that feels like I can love and heal and care for a friend enough for them to get to this point. Because what I know is y'all do that with a bitch, and I say bitch respectfully, so don't nobody come for me in the inbox. So I don't want you doing that with a woman or a female that you care about, because you'll find yourself giving time and energy and possibly money, since men are looked at as providers, and the first thing that comes to mind with providers for a lot of people is financial provision, but they don't think about spiritual, emotional, other shit that you can provide. That is like higher, right? Mm-hmm. So now that I'm in a different space because of my son, it's like what you were saying holds really true, and you really have to watch that, because friends, and especially some women, they will look at you and know you a duck. They'll look at you and know they can get something from you and just be fucking vampires. And I'm not using this moment to bash women or anything. I just don't feel like we're in that pocket enough to talk about it, because it's just so much easier to bash men when it comes to connections and situationships and relationships than it is to talk about how women can manipulate and how women need to be held to some type of standard or responsibility when it comes to that shit. Because we can be very manipulative and we can be very predatory. And maybe I'm just a little more sensitive to it because I have a son, which is a good thing. But you're right. You're all facts in that, but you have to watch that within yourself, else you'll find yourself sitting up there trying to fix and help somebody that really don't want the help. They want the attention and they want your fucking energy. And once they're done depleting that, it's on to the next person, but they're never going to be whole themselves. They just literally get off on, I can use you for a dinner or text message or something nice you say to me. And then, woo, on to the next guy. Thank you, though. This was cute.
Energy vampires.
It's not what you deserve as a friend, as a lover, as a whatever. It's just not what you deserve. Energy vampires is very real, because when you have light, and I feel like all of you have light about yourself, you're going to attract, anything when you're a light. Everything comes to you, but you don't have to entertain everything. But when you really care about people, that's when it becomes difficult, because I really care about people, and I have to stop myself and be like, do you care enough about yourself? Because if I care more about you than you do your fucking self, I gotta say, all right, deuces. You can kamikaze your own fucking life, because I'll be damned if I'm on the sideline watching you out here fall the fuck out and fail in a way that I know you said you didn't want to fail, personally or professionally. I can't call myself your friend. I can't call myself your anything if I allow that to happen. But if you're not ready to hear what I say in love, I gotta back. Yeah. Now I think that's kind of hard to do too. Just cut somebody off. 'Cause it's like, damn, homie, high school you was the man, homie. What happened to you? I didn't think I'd have to do this to you. I had to do it to somebody I known for like 20 plus years. And I would have never thought I'd have to do that shit. But I had to back. Because I'm like, you're not who I fell in love with as a friend. Because I view I don't know if y'all do this. I view friendships the same way I do relationships, in the sense of it's a relationship. Like if I needed to, I would go to counseling for a friendship, because I value you that much in my life. Especially when business is involved. We need to have a mediator. We need to talk. I like to fix things. But when someone's really not seeing how they could be fucked up or wrong, it's like, wow, I really gotta cut you off, but I've known you for 20 years, bro.
You
struck a chord with
without
all
even
of us.
realizing it, you were hitting home to everybody here right
It's
now.
what I do.
And
It's candid convo.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and just clap that up right now because Jesus Christ.
But real shit, what helped me not go back because at the same time I had a friendship and a relationship. Like I ain't gonna hold you, and I know some females can understand. I could not leave the dick alone. It would be some dumb shit. Like I would be some dumb shit. Like I'm over that nigga, and then he would be like, "Hey, I'm in town." I'm like, "Hey, I'm outside," like a dumb bitch, right? So like I couldn't leave it alone.
So you're saying there's
And
still
at
a
the
chance?
same time, when I was going to counseling and trying to reveal what was wrong with me, and anybody that's into looking up anything they can psychology wise, look up your love attachment style. I found out because of my background, I was an anxious attacher when it came to love. This is different than love languages, but I was an anxious attacher. So once I understood what that meant and why I attracted the friends that I felt like were really close, or the lovers I felt like was really close, I had to put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. I'm a big fan of doing the opposite of what I've been doing to get different results. And I go extreme. Like, I don't know how to just like dip my toe in. I'm like, fuck that shit. Dive the fuck in and just do what I have to do to get out of this because I'm tired of this shit. That's the benefit, and I guess sometimes not so much when you're an extreme person. But it really did help because it was super hard to get out of that friendship that also could have been a business thing or whatever, because I just kept holding on to the person you were in 1998, in 2005, in 2010. But it's like, you not that nigga, you not that bitch no more.
Yo, hey, Candy,
put
your cash app in.
I glamorize.
Yeah, I was about to say the same shit.
Yo, put your cash app in so you start pass offering plate.
I don't know if men do it as much, but I say this to my girlfriends all the time. Women have a bad habit of glamorizing something and taking something and being like, this is who he or she is, and this is what we want you to be. And how we end up in friendships or situationships or relationships past the expiration date, we're holding on to the image of, because I just want to reel you back in. And it becomes energetically and spiritually hard because I'm tug-of-warring, because I'm trying to bring you back here to the person in the situation that I wanted. But you're not that anymore. I have to let that go and also trust that somebody else is going to take that space. And even if they don't take that space, I'm going to be okay. And what really blew my motherfucking mind is after I let that nigga go and after I let my friend go, my life was better. And then I said, holy shit. The way I am progressing, my business, my personal life, the way I'm on the fast track for everything that I said that I wanted in 2020 or 2019 is happening like this now. I was in my own way, holding on to shit I needed to let go. But it was hard because the face of the stuff that I had to let go, whether it be my daddy issues, my friend for 20 years, other people that maybe were attracted to the light that you guys radiate, but they're not good for you personally or business-wise, but they're just attracted to the light. Blinded by the light, because everything's a song. It's just using that discernment to be like, you know what? I'm good on you. I'm good on this. And it is okay that this is over. I seen what I needed to see. I learned what I learned. And I'm better for it. You can do what you want with that information, but my life is better because I let this go. I stopped fucking around with this. And once you realize your life is better without him or her or they or we, you can't go back. You crazy if you go back once you realize how your life has changed without that person. It's like, damn, I was really wasting time trying to make this work, trying to force a fit, trying to get you to see what I saw in you and us and we, and you just weren't on it. But guess what? Somebody else always is. And, you know, you're always more down for yourself than anybody else. So just trusting that is important.
The exposure part, right? Because it's like, okay, when you stop letting that person in your circle, you find out things about that person,
honey,
that you did not know. That get exposed, and you're like, oh wow. And it's the confirmation, right? It's like the confirmation that you made the correct decision. It's the confirmation that I'm better without you. It's the confirmation that although this hurts, it's better for me in the long run to move on. It's better that I found out now. It's better that, you know, it's like all of those things, right?
Facts.
And so again, you touching chords with everybody in this chat, right?
I didn't even know y'all was going through it. Come on, Candy.
We going through. We going. If anybody else can say it, I'm gonna say it. we going through it, right? But it's like we come to the realization that it's like, okay, it's fucked up, but I'd rather know than not know. I'd rather make this decision where I'm choosing myself, and I think I'm speaking for everybody, where I'm choosing myself or I'm choosing us.
You better choose yourself, because when I realized them niggas would choose them every time before me,
and that's the
I'm
thing.
like, you ain't
and that's
even
the
thinking
thing.
about me.
You gotta choose yourself. And
Them
I know
niggas
we don't
choose
normally
them.
do this on our show, but if you don't choose yourself, you cannot guarantee that somebody else is going to choose you.
Listen. Big fact.
Okay, so
and then you
I gotta make an executive decision before I get
to people that treat you how you think of you. Because one of the friends I had to let go, she was into like crystals, mirror work, a lot of different stuff, right? And I had to chew the meat and spit out the bones and stuff, because I can't say I always believe, oh, I had a bad day because my Libra's in Capricorn and Mars had micro braids. I can't say that I always believe that shit, right? I can't say that. But what I will say is, I can't believe that. But what I will give is, if the moon controls the ocean, right, and the waves, and we're made of predominantly of water, I do believe that a little bit of that. And the word lunatic comes from something like that. So I get it, right? But I couldn't completely subscribe to it. But I was also like, look, if one of the things she told me was like attracts like, and in relationships and friendships, business, you attract where you think you are. So I was attracting men and friends that thought of me how I thought of me. So then when I started thinking, no matter what my financial situation, emotional, mental situation, I'm still that bitch, right? I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit my job. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not going to kill you, because some people could have got it. I'm not going to kill you. Then I started to attract friends, business partners, personal relationships that reflected how I felt about me, because it can't always be somebody else. The common denominator is always going to be you and your bullshit, personal or professional. So when somebody keeps trying you, a part of you is trying your motherfucking self. So when I decided to be like, no, bitch, I don't play about me. Guess what? People don't play about me now. So when I'm booking stuff to host, when I'm doing events, when I'm in my personal life, I finally got somebody that is a man that don't play about me. But I was attracting men that played about me, because, bitch, you playing yourself. So no, I ain't going to text you back for like 2 weeks, because you playing about you. No, I'm not going to be serious about this business thing, because you playing about you. You ain't even made your business cards, bitch. What I look like taking you seriously? You know what I mean? Like, and it may be harsh language, but it's the fucking truth. So that energetic shift is what I believe in over anything else, regardless of what you believe in spiritually, whatever. That shit is real. And when you take yourself more seriously and you are consistent with it, you will attract people personal and business wise that take you seriously. So then it won't always be this big story about how somebody did you wrong personally or professionally. You doing yourself wrong by not taking yourself seriously consistently. You can't just do it for a little season, no matter whether I'm up or down. I have to take myself seriously. I have to see myself in the highest of highs, even when I feel like I'm in my lowest of lows. So I'm not attracting and entertaining motherfuckers that feel like they want to try me. Because I'll be ready to fight. I ain't going to hold y'all. Like, I'll be ready to fight. And we're getting a little too seasoned to be out here whooping people's ass in these streets. And I still do it. But it's just not necessarily a good look for CandiBee parties. So I appreciate
But like it's gonna be a fight party.
What'd you say?
It's gonna be a fight party.
Who's a fight club is that nobody knows about Fight Club?
Well, I'm like, yeah, we don't talk about Fight Club, but
We gonna throw hands for these rapes.
Like, or sometimes I don't even. I know
real,
I've grown because I don't take offense to
real.
hearing something after the fact, because now I think that nigga knew not to say it to me. That's what they knew. They knew not to bring it to me. So okay, they told you, they told y'all. But even with someone telling somebody else, instead of looking at it like, oh, why would they say that about me? I immediately go, why would they be comfortable enough talking about me to you? So now you a problem.
CandiBee, in fairness, we need a round 2. We just gonna come on your podcast and everybody just follow us. Just follow us over there.
You can't play with problems, because then you play yourself when you play with people that playing with you. Let me run that back. You play yourself when playing people that play with you.
So we just going to reschedule another time, another date where we can all get together and collaborate one.
And y'all talking about going out of the country and y'all trying to go without me? Like, no.
No. You was already invited.
So that's the thing. We're gonna talk about that after this.
Yes.
Because while we're done here on Blerds and Whiskey Live, while we're done here on Blerds and Whiskey Live, we do have a Discord. And in the Discord, we have our hangover section where we talk candidly with our audience and have conversations and can probably dig a little bit deeper than what we had here on the show. But we have definitely gone into OT. So with that said, CandiBee, if you will join us in our Discord, we'd love to have you there. But before we get there, let everybody know where they can find you.
So at CandiBee Cosplay on IG is where you can find a lot of where I'm hosting my parties, events, and stupid ass memes. I'm gonna hold you. Some people didn't even know what I look like until I started posting more pictures because I'm mean more. I am in rehab for it. I'm trying to do better. But as I book more events with local things that really matter, like the Cleveland Institute of Arts is a part of something I'm about to host. And them white folks give the money. I ain't even gonna hold they give the coins up front. I was like, not me making like half of my regular check for a 2-hour gig. Niggas sign me up. So I'm always a fan of not just doing what you're passionate about, but doing what's gonna make you that bread. Because too many people out here, they got the numbers, but they ain't making no money. And I'm not gonna put them on blast, but I know too many blue check motherfuckers that ain't living the life that they post. And you want to focus more on what's actually going to bring you happiness and financial stability in real life than these numbers. Because I don't have 1 million followers on TikTok or IG or nothing, but I'm making this money. I'm making a name for myself in Cleveland, Ohio, and in other cities. So it's important to focus on that. And I want to give this out too as a word of advice my manager gave me. Depending on what you're into, make sure people want to follow you to buy, not to follow you just to follow. If people follow you just to follow, it don't matter if you're like, oh, if 500 of y'all buy a t-shirt, then I'll make this much money. It doesn't matter because they're following you just to follow. Make sure people want to follow you to buy. When they typically want to buy into what you're selling, it's because you're your most authentic self. And again, not trying to put them at the pinnacle of everything that's great, but the Kardashians work because they put all of their dirty laundry out there and they don't give a fucking fuck. You cannot give a fucking fuck. Put it out there. If you're going to be transparent, be that. If you're going to be aggressive, be that. It's what's been working for me. And I'm able to host like princess parties, but also king parties. I just got a dominatrix. I have to put that out there too. I'm very excited about that. Very excited about that event coming up. It's going to be a bunny ball. So you can come as your favorite version of a Playboy bunny. And also have a submission class. Also learn about toys and all this rest of this shit. Because as far as for people, but more so women, that's important to me because stats, 70 to 80% of women ain't really having orgasms, which means a lot of you bitches is lying. So I don't want you to be lying to yourselves, whether you're in a relationship or not. I want you to bust it wide open properly for the person or persons that you're with. Use whatever you need to get there. And some of the parties that I host throughout the year will be an opportunity for you to learn a little something about yourself and get there. And also I got stuff for the kids, so at CandiBee Cosplay.
Like when the next show so I can come on there.
Oh girl, like in April, I'm very excited about this dominatrix because as soon as she started talking about submission classes, I was like, bitch. And they're gonna have a black couple from Atlanta come up for an event in October, and they're going to do face writing classes. And what excites me about that is it's not just for the women. Oh no, men can hop on that face and shovel up the dicky dick. And I'm very excited about that.
Y'all didn't know that y'all could do that. Y'all missing out. But
listen.
We're gonna say
wait. We have a hangover to attend to. We are going to stop the show here and transition over to the hangover so we can continue this conversation.
Yeah, let's
go. Out, homie.
As always, guys, thank you for joining us on Blerds and Whiskey or therapy sessions with Blerds and Whiskey. Up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucking drink.
Come on, bars.
Deuces.